Hello, I'm Erin Halvorsen with Rag Rugs by Erin, and today's video we're going to be showing you how to make the transition in your rug without showing the color change. Some people call it avoiding the stair step, and we're going to show you that technique. I know there's some other videos out there. They're not much different than what I'm going to show you. However, I've still had people request me to do this video even though they've seen the other one for some reason. Think they could maybe go a little slower and show you the technique, and I do change things up just a teeny bit, so hopefully it'll be helpful. We're going to be using 1.5 inch sheet yarn today, and I'm using my newest hook, which is a 14 millimeter, and this is a birch hook. And of course all my hooks are a minimum of 8.5 inches long, the ones that I sell on my website and that I designed and make, or my husband makes, the cameraman. And this way you have this part of the hook to regulate your stitches on, and then also you have the longer shaft here so your hand does not come off the end, because if you're using a shorter one, you're like this, you get sometimes pains in your hand, wrist, and forearm. So those are the advantages of using one of my hooks. Also, the head is designed a little differently, which makes it easier for grabbing the sheet yarn. With the 1.5 inch sheet yarn, I have another video that talks about choosing the right hook and that type of stuff. But right here is a few of the hooks that I have available at the moment on my website, which is ever changing with the reclaimed. This is an 11, this is a 12, which is a small 12, this is a larger 12, this is poplar. These two are reclaimed. These are all poplar, even though they are different colors. Oh no, this one's birch. This is 14 millimeter, and this is 16. I sell sometimes them in bundles, which makes them a little less expensive and also a little bit more versatile. So anyways, we'll move right on. So you know what's available. I do get a lot of questions, and so it's nice for me to share those and whatnot. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and this is all single crochet is what I'm showing you, okay? So you're going to do one single crochet, or you're just making your last single crochet. And this is where we're going to make the transition. Okay, you need to make sure that this is just a regular situation here. And it depends on how big you want to do this, whether you want to make it a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch. You're going to have to play with it a little bit. Depends on how wide your sheet yarn is, how big of hook you're using. But so in general, you come over here and you're going to, what are we going to say? That's about a 1/2 inch, Lyle? Mm-hmm. So about a 1/2 inch, you're going to cut this off. Okay. And then you're going to take out your hook, and you need to back it off that 1 stitch. Maybe 2 stitches if you feel like it's necessary, so you have a little bit longer situation. Then you're going to go ahead and add your new sheet yarn, the color that you're switching to. So you fold it over about 3/4 of an inch, and you make a little slit. That might be a little close to the edge, hopefully not. And we're going to go to this darker color, and I show this in more detail on my videos of how to add the no-sew sheet yarn. But I'll do it quickly here, and you can go to my playlist with sheet yarn. There's lots of different things about sheet yarn. So here's the one that's attached to the rug. The one that we're adding, we're going to lay on top of it in one continuous strip. And you're going to take the other one, the other end of the sheet yarn that you're adding, and you're going to feed it through the 2 slits, because there's 2 slits there. I already cut the other one. So this is like basically a big circle. This is 2 pieces together. You're just going to pull it through. You're adding your next piece of sheet yarn or the next color. You're going to pull it. Okay, heard a little rip there, but it's okay. And now we're going to, remember we took out one single crochet, so we're going to put that single crochet back in. The only reason why you took out the single crochet is so you'd have it in the right spot for you to move on. Okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to pull this very tight, okay? And then you're going to go into the next hole, and you're going to do 2 chain stitches. Oh, excuse me, got to do 2 chain stitches. So you're going to go in, or you're going to do a slip stitch. Like that, a slip stitch, excuse me. And then you're going to do 2 chain stitches up. So you did a slip stitch. I want to show you again, okay? I don't like it when I make a little mistake and then it makes it confusing for you. So you're going to do 1 slip stitch and pull it nice and tight. And then you're going to do 2 chain stitches up. Okay, and then you're going to go into the next hole, and you're going to go ahead and just start single crocheting around as you go, just like you were doing before. So when I will be back in a moment, and I will show you once we're over here again, over here where we just did that, so you can see how it looks and what we did differently. Okay, how we transition to make sure that we don't see the line. Now this isn't the exact perfectest way to do it, and some of you will be more talented at it than others. However, I want you all to consider that this is not an essential part of making a rag rug. It is a rag rug. Some people feel like if you see the transition, somehow it's not as good. Well, that's a matter of opinion. I, a lot of times, don't bother doing this. I like to think that it's a rag rug, and it has personality and character. But it's your rag rug, so you need to find what's your way, what feels good to you, and what you like to do. So this is not essential. It's just showing you another technique that might be helpful to you. So we'll see you in a couple minutes. Thank you. Okay, we're back where we had made our slip stitch and then our 2 chain stitches up, and I'm going to show you how to come into it as you're coming to the next place so you can see what it looks like. So you're just going to continue to single crochet just like you were. And of course I show you how to do the single crochet in a video. If you're completely new and this is a completely new video to you, I show you how to do an oval beginner rug. Okay, so here we are. We're coming to the end. You're going to go into this hole, and you're going to, it's tight because of what we did, you're going to do another single crochet. Okay, and then you're going to come right over into this one. This is where those chain stitches were. Okay, that's why you did those chain stitches. Okay, so you're going to use that hole and do your single crochet, and you're just going to move along. Okay, but then you're going to use this right here if you have this. Some of you may not get this for whatever reason. I don't know. No, I don't think so. We're going to go ahead and go right over here to this one, this single crochet right here. You're going to move right along. I've done it both ways, to be honest with you. See, some of the times when I do stuff, I try it different ways and then try it another way, and sometimes you have to adapt just a little bit. So I'm going to just show you a little bit more so you can see what it looks like, because when you just completely do it, you know, it's not a perfect situation, but I want to... All right, so then here we go. Here's what it looks like. You see how it's kind of just run right on there. It's not perfect. There's your little situation there. But what I would also recommend is some of you do things continually in the same exact location. You know, you add your extra stitches in the same. Then you get points and you get things that don't run so smoothly. What I would advocate is when you make your transition again to get the no step, that you would move down farther. You wouldn't do it right here again. Okay, some of you might say, well, then my cone is off just a little bit. Okay, then do it there if that makes you happy. However, I tend to like to do it in a different location. So I would come down here if I was making, because I'm going to do a couple more rows of this. Now, if you were only doing one row, then of course you'd have to do it there. Okay, you'd have to do your transition. What we did when we did the cut it off, and then we did the slip stitch and 2 chain stitches, you would have to do it there. But I don't very often just do one row of something. I do see some of you do it, and it looks nice, but you're more likely to see where the transition is with just one row. So I'm going to do a couple rows, probably come back in and do a couple more rows of this, and hopefully if I've planned right, I will end on a dark color, land on the dark color. So there you have it, how to make no transition and no stair step when you're changing colors on your oval or your circle rugs or whatnot. So like, subscribe, and visit my website to see my products, and see you next time. Thank you.